Hey guys, you get after work Emily, which means it's August in Georgia, so if I'm going to run around all day in the heat and humidity here, my hair's pulled back. My hair's like down to here now, so in this heat, yeah, no. If you're new, this is a channel about cross stitch and me and my life and my cats and plants, primarily cross stitch, because that is my long-term special interest hobby that I use to just stitch the stress away. Although if you've been here for a little while, you know that when Emily gets too stressed, Emily doesn't stitch. And I just come home and veg on the couch and watch TV, take a bubble bath, spend time with my husband and the cats. And let's see, today is it's dark 13. This is what I'm talking about. When life is this crazy, wow, it's dark 13 stitching. So yeah, I can't guarantee that this evening I will be switching and doing any dark 13 stitching. I have been finding that a lot in my life, but I encourage you, pull out something kind of dark and spooky. And this is cross stitch. This is not. This is an art print. And enjoy the 13th of the month with some dark stitching. If you're on Instagram, use the hashtag, as much as hashtags work anymore, dark 13 stitching, the number 13 not spelled out, and enjoy some dark stitching with some other stitchers. I'm going to continue working on what I've been working on, which is Ruth, but more about that in a second. I'm going to do a little bit of a life update first, just to kind of explain. I was going to come back sooner than now, but it just hasn't happened. Had some medical stuff going on with the kitties. Everybody's okay. Like no one's dying tomorrow, so. We had a scary moment with Dharma, a couple of scary moments. One Jim experienced, one both of us experienced, where essentially she cried out and then she had complete to partial paralysis in her hind legs and was like using her front legs to like pull her across the floor. It was rather scary. Both times it was temporary and she recovered fairly quickly. Both times we took her to the vet. The second time I was able to capture some video and show that to my vet, and he actually said that his experience with what we were seeing, he's never seen it be temporary like that. And we ended up, we put her on some medication right away. We took her to a vet with different equipment and had an ultrasound done of her heart, and she has cardiomyopathy. So she has heart problems. Like with a human, with cardiomyopathy, the heart will enlarge and cause problems. With a cat, apparently the cat's heart stays the same size, but the walls of the heart thicken, like making it harder for the blood to pump through, because it's basically narrowing and making all of those chambers and arteries and all of the places where it's so important for blood to flow harder to flow. And that can cause clotting and can cause what we were seeing. So Dharma is now medicated every day. She gets like a 2-drug mixture compounded together, and it's lots of fun to give to her. She does not like it. She has an amazing sense of smell and smells it hidden in everything, even when we got the chicken flavor as opposed to just a pill. It's in love and thoughts. She's getting better, because it's like now she still doesn't like it. She still will fight us some, but we're more accepting this is happening on a daily basis now. Our vet told us that there are mixed thoughts on how this drug affects her condition. He said that there are some studies in vets that say that it can stop the disease from progressing in its tracks, and then you have some who say it can even begin to reverse the effects. Fingers crossed for reversing the effects. On the upside, we all know Dharma was overweight. It was what it was. I feel like we have some part in that. She also just, anyway. The drugs that she's on, both of them that are compounded together, seem to decrease her appetite, which means Dharma's losing weight. It's a good thing, because she was a chunk. I'll try to put in some footage of both of the cats towards the end of this so everybody can lay eyes on and see that they're doing well. I did a round before I started this video, and I'm not sure where Dharma is hiding. Buster is splayed on the sunroom in the porch and just soaking up some warmth in his old 16-year-old body. Dharma's 11, by the way. So Buster has his own health issues that have developed within the past month. I mean, when it rains, it pours, right? Well, I haven't been ignoring this problem. I've just been hoping that it will go away, which is essentially ignoring. For the past few months, I've been noticing that his thirst has dramatically increased, and that I was having to up the amount I was scooping the litter box because he was just drenching the litter box in urine. Sorry, but if that's TMI, but it is what it is. I finally was like, this isn't changing, this is persistent. I have to get this checked out. So I took him to the vet and I said, I think Buster's diabetic. And he was like, well, let's not jump to any conclusions. Let's check things out. He's diabetic. His blood glucose at first check was 427, which it seems like cat glucose is comparable to human glucose, so that's high. That's scary, dangerous high. We're now on insulin shots twice a day, and we have moved to more of a low-carb diet. Yeah. Buster, like everything else, is a true champ and a trooper. You put his food down and get his insulin pulled up, give him a shot while he's eating. He cares not. He might give you a little when you do it, but that's all you get. He's such an easy, wonderful cat. Dharma, on the other hand, when you try to give her medication, froths at the mouth like a rabid animal, which I know is normal when they don't like the taste of something. But she also acts like a rabid animal when you're trying to get it in her. So it's fine. This is fine. We love our cats, and they love us, and we're powering through. It's fine. What else is new? I filled one of the 2 positions at work. Love her. She's wonderful. So, yay. We're gearing up for another volunteer class in a little under a month. So, spent part of today pounding the pavement, going out to local businesses, putting up flyers, things like that. If you're local in my area of Bartow and Gordon County, Georgia, wouldn't you like to volunteer? Reach out to me. Yeah, so we're hoping for a decent sized class. Right now we only have a couple of people signed up. And if you know people that live in my area, help me spread the word. Still loving my Owala purchase. I know I've talked about this before, but this thing is amazing. Love it. Definitely encourage those of you that need to be drinking more water to invest in something like that. I broke down and got this one over the other popular ones because it has a straw, which I enjoy, but you can cover the straw and you don't feel like germs get on it. If you're weird like me, that's a thing. let's talk stitching, shall we? 10 minutes in. So what I've been working on since August 1st, and with craziness with work and after work activities, I've worked on it maybe about half the time, if that. But this is where I am with Ruth. I started in the top center, which is the top of her head. And what the fun thing is that a lot of us are working on this together with the Ruth 1850 style. And I think everybody started in a different spot. But you can see, as I get her close, all the different shades that are in her hair. So pretty. I've started in on some of the skin. This is not a beginner piece because of all of the counting and confetti. I need to make a copy of my chart so that I can highlight as I go. If you struggle with confetti, highlighting is your friend, and get some of the retractable highlighters so that you can just very easily in and out. I will show you a picture of what she's gonna look like. She's so pretty, and you can see she's gonna be a decent sized girl. Love her. And I'm doing her in DMC on a piece of Victorian Motto Classic Sampler, which is unfortunately a fabric that you can't get anymore. Just all the colors, some of them used more than others. So pretty, and as you can tell, I love color. Putting all of this away. And then she's gonna go right back downstairs with me so I can work on her some more. This piece has been just consuming my time every month, which I'm not mad at, but I would like to spread the stitching love around. And I've mentioned before, it's probably, you're not gonna see me doing a lot of sales where I keep up with it every single month, but I was just drawn to this one and wanted to keep up with it every month. These are the threads that I've chosen to do the Modern Folk Embroidery style with. No Time Like the Present. These are both classic colorworks. You can see I've used a ton of both of them already. All these empty cards, because I'm trying to keep up with how much I'm using, because that might be helpful for people who decide to do it 2/2 and 36 the way I have. This is Black Coffee by Classic Colorworks and Polywog by Classic Colorworks. I'm doing this on a piece of Seraphim Fabrics Chai. Took me a minute. I am caught up-ish. I need to do the August section, which it is August right now. So this is January through July. Oh, it's so pretty. Let's see if I can. So pretty. Finishing it this year. I don't always stick to what I say, but with this one, I'm 100% sticking to what I say. So I have August, September, and October left. Only 3 parts, because even though this is the yearly sal, it's a 10-month sections. Gosh, I am in love with it. I am in love with it. I have it in this beautiful bag that I bought from Etsy. It's just very fitting. Oh, didn't put the threads back in there, of course, of course, of course. Okay. The only other thing that I've worked on since I saw you guys last, because I have legit not been stitching as much. And that's okay. Sometimes we need some mental health breaks. And if we feel that in ourselves, we need to give it to ourselves. If you're new, I'm a big proponent of mental health and taking care of yourself, self-care, trying to destigmatize mental health in general, because you know what? Very few of us are normal. No one's normal. What even is normal? I was having a conversation with someone yesterday who wanted me to keep our conversation and her privacy between the two of us, which is why, like, I'll kind of briefly mention, but I would never say her name or how I know her. But she's really been struggling with anxiety and depression and putting herself in social situations and just really not understanding why that is so hard for her, and it doesn't seem like it is for other people. And she started into therapy, and I think that there's such a stigma, and there shouldn't be, because more people struggle with that than let on that they struggle with that. I'm 42 years old, and I'm happiest by myself. I have friends. I enjoy my friends. I enjoy my husband. I enjoy my family. But I love to be alone, because I am most comfortable in my own solace with my stitching, in my own home with my cats, just completely being able to be myself. I think that those of us that struggle with things like that, the older that we get, if we're forced into it, and I very much have been, with the family that I'm a part of, with the career path that I have chosen, you learn how to mask. And that is definitely a term I've learned more about in the past few years, masking. And just learning how to put on a different persona and a face and get out there and do what you have to do. And I guarantee you that the people that meet me in public, like as I was going around today, introducing myself to strangers I had never met before, which years and years ago, Emily might have had a panic attack if she had to do that. But going out and introducing myself to strangers and talking to them about my passion and the program that I work for, and asking them to partner and, you know, put up flyers or promote it at their business, I would have never been able to do that years ago. And also, the Emily that they met today isn't Emily. That's the Emily that I make up and that I present to people. Because real Emily couldn't do that. So I have to be a different Emily to go and do things like that. Long story short, you didn't come here for a mental health talk, but I see you. I am you. It's okay. It's normal to be abnormal. Another friend of mine I talked to when they were really going through quite a struggle, because I am very, very open with the fact that I have been on Zoloft for 8 years now. It makes me a better person. Finding the correct dosage and the correct medication if you struggle with mental health is something I'm also a big proponent of, because it makes things like that easier for me. And I used to get depressed easier. I used to get angry and upset easier, and it helps level that out. But I'm still me. So, like, I'm still the Emily that I love. Just some of those emotions that would get really, really high or really, really low are more here, where they should be. But the other relative friend that I was talking to, they were like, I'm not going to go on medication. Like, I shouldn't need a crutch like that. I should be able to handle this on my own without that kind of assistance. And I said, okay, I hear you. But what if you had a swimming pool and you opened it up for the summer and it was just full of algae and like it was all wonky and chemically unbalanced, and needed a reset, what would you do to it? And they were like, well, I would add chemicals to it and purify the water. Of course you would. And how dare we think that our body and our mind is any different? Sometimes things are just a little off. Sometimes we're genetically born with things a little off. And we just need to regulate that a little. It's my opinion. If you feel differently, you're entitled to your opinion. I think of my brain like a swimming pool that needs regular chemical additives to stay functioning properly. That was a really long rant. Okay. The other thing that I have worked on since you guys have seen me is something that I really want to finish this year. So you're going to see this in Sampler September, which is next month. Ann Roberts, 1842. This is a Hands Across the Sea piece. I did some tweaking to this color palette. I'm doing mine in DMC. I have brightened some colors and changed some colors and just Emily-fied it. Doing this on a piece of Lakeside Linens Vintage Exemplar. This is a fat quarter of 36 count so that you can see how big this piece is. I have really been going to town on this. I love it so much, and it will probably be about this big. I can totally finish this year. So yeah, help hold me to that. We're finishing Ann Roberts this year. We're getting it framed, we're getting it on the wall. Even if it doesn't get framed in 2024, I'd like to finish it. It's just Tuesday. I have a little bit of haul. I got this bag from Wildberrystitching. I grab bags from her and a couple of other sellers when I see one where I'm just like, wow, that is really pretty fabric. And this one is one that made me say that. Wow, that is really pretty fabric. So pretty. Is this the one? Yes, yes, this is the one. And the little mushrooms. I love me a good mushroom. Hannah, microbiologist, makes mushrooms. And then the back fabric is this beautiful teal color. And just a really simple inside lining. Not sure what I'll put into that, but, and look at the beautiful thistle pull there. So pretty. Not sure what I'll put in it, but something will go in it. I got, let's take this out. This is my Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month. Really trying to bulk up my neutral fat quarters, because I don't know if you guys are like me. I have some fat halves and I really don't like to cut into them if I don't have to. Yeah, I know, it's weird. This one is really pretty. This is the July Fabric of the Month, and this is Coconut Shell. Let's show you. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautifully modeled. It's got kind of a, I'm not sure it's showing up completely true, but it's got like some rose brown coloring. Yeah, that's not really showing up, but it's very lovely. Be a good fall Halloween fabric for sure. I'll show this in just a second. I've gotten 2 Color and Cotton thread clubs since you guys have, hold on. These both say July. They're not both July. Maybe they just forgot to change the card that they inserted. There's no way these are both July. They both say July. And they're both completely different colors. So pretty. This one is a very jewel tone, navies, roses, teal, purple. This one is very fall colors, brown, olive green, there's tan, the burnt orange. That's odd. I did not even notice they both said July. Last thing was definitely a splurge. Definitely a splurge. I'm part of the Homespun Needlework Facebook group, and they do exclusives. I bought this exclusive. This is Sarah Sanderson, which, yes, like, it is not the witch from Hocus Pocus Sarah Sanderson, but that's immediately what it made me think of. And it's just a beautiful sampler. So this is Sarah Sanderson, 1872. I know you've seen other people show this already. There's no verse, just an alphabet, different bands, the deer, the beautiful birds, those red houses. Like, it's just a gorgeous sampler. This is no longer available, but I can almost guarantee you that Tanya from the Scarlet House will release this at a later date to the public. So if you love it, I bet it will be released later. Can't guarantee that, but I bet it will. Because it was a special exclusive, it also came with this little needle holder, this little box. Look at that, with little magnets in it, and it magnets together. I don't have anything like that. I really love it. It comes with an entire fat half of fabric, which you won't need all of it, so then I'll have some extra. This is a special dye by Needle and Flax called Valley Forge. And I got the, let me slide this up. We know I don't like silks, so I got the overdyed cottons. So it comes with all the beautiful threads. Take a water break, talk amongst yourselves. So, last time I showed you guys a partial WIP parade. I'm going to show you additional partial WIP parades. I could show you all of this and those two shelves over there all at once. We might be here all day. But I'm just going to start from one side of this stack that I have here in baskets. I really need to start organizing this room a little better. This might be a good motivator for me. So we're just going to look at some projects. This is a bag that I absolutely love because, hello, it's super colorful. I like to decorate parts of my house like this, as you can see. But I don't always dress super colorful. But I like this. Why not have some bright colors and happiness in your life? This is Sarah Bradley. This needs to come out for Sampler September. This is a digital download from On The Floss. I started this with Laura from Brenda and the Serial Starter. I also think I did some edits to the color palette on this. A lot of times I will pull the called for threads, and if I'm like, that doesn't look like what I want, I start doing some editing. I wanted this to be as funky looking as it looked like it was. I also pulled in some Petite Treasure braid. This is the color PB54 for some metallic highlights in part of this. There is definitely some spots in the girl's dress and things like that where there's metallics, and it is beautiful. This fabric is 36 count up in the attic. You can see I've already used some of the metallics on this in her dress. Man, she's pretty. So pretty. This is a fat half, which, as you can see, was really not cut straight. Do you see where I pulled a thread from where it was cut here? And you can see how crazy off that was. If you are a newer stitcher, or even an older stitcher that doesn't know this, if you think things look a little wonky, pull a thread or two so that you can really see what's going on with your fabric. Because how upset would you be if, like, let's say you started on this side and you started like much closer to that line, and then you got over here, you wouldn't be as happy. You would be an unhappy stitcher. Pull threads. Yeah, I need to work on that in Sampler September. It's going over here in this stack. What are you? Ooh, yeah. I forgot where I got this bag. I bought it on Etsy. It's a top zip, which you don't see as much. This is Heartstring Sampler's Forever Young. Bob Dylan, who is one of my favorite artists ever. And this song is in the opening sequence of the show Parenthood. If you've never watched Parenthood, it's long started and completed. Watch it. It's so good. Do we know what fabric I did this on? I feel like this is Fiber on a Whim, Linen, and Espresso. This also needs some love. I love this one. This was one of the 40 starts for my 40th birthday year. I'm doing that in the called for threads, 36 count, 2/2. Everything I do is 36 count, 2/2. It's my sweet spot. It's where I find joy. This bag was made for me by my dear friend Diana, who I'm a horrible friend and have not talked to in ages. I'm sorry. I suck. I suck. I suck. One thing you will learn about me as a friend, if you are my friend or become my friend, I can go AWOL for a long time. And that happens a lot when I'm really busy at work, because I'll come home and, no offense to you or anyone else, I don't want to talk to anybody else. I came home from work yesterday and Jim worked from home. He works from home on Mondays. And I walked in, I talked to him for just a second, and I said, hey, I peopled all day. All day. I peopled through lunch. I ate my food while I peopled, and then I peopled some more. I'm going to go in our bedroom where the shades are drawn and turn the light off and just lay in the dark for a while. And I need that. And he gets it, which is pretty phenomenal. But I hope my friends get it too. I don't people well. This is, I bought this as a kit from the Country Sampler in Spring Green, Wisconsin. This is the Mary Argent Sampler. So pretty. This, I believe this is the antique. I switched up the fabrics and I'm doing it on a piece of Lakeside Vintage Exemplar. I had some and I said it is worth it. Yes, this is the front. Look at those satin stitches. Go me. Yeah. I should give this some more love. I can't guarantee it will be anytime soon, but I definitely should. So pretty. It says, be humble, learn thyself to scan? Yeah. Be humble, learn thyself to scan. No pride was never made for man. So pretty. Should I put this in that stack for Sampler September? Should I? Decisions. Am I doing anything? We're starting our class in September. Jim and I are going on a very short vacation in September. Yeah, it's going over there. This is one that people ask about. It is one of my oldest WIPs. I have got to put some more time in on this. And this piece is one of the reasons that I subscribed to the Color and Cotton Thread Club, because it's pieces like this that I love to pull and use that. This is Death by Cross Stitch. Doing this on a piece of felt. Man, it's so pretty. Why don't I work on this? Doing this on a piece of felt by Picture This Plus. It's so big and it's so colorful. Yeah. Why am I not working on this more? I have just picked random threads on this. Like, the border colors are all, I think it's 3021 DMC. And then everything else is just random threads that I'm pulling from stash. A Weeks Dye Works, Color and Cotton, just all kinds of craziness. There's some random silks in here that people have given me. It is beautiful. Like, this I know was a silk. And it just was so beautifully variegated. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just got random threads everywhere. So pretty. This is one that I think I started it on the anniversary of my dad's death, like my dad died 8 years ago. So I think I started this like 6 or 7 years ago. I don't know, maybe not. Don't hold me to that. No, that is completely wrong. I lied. I think I started this the year of my 40th birthday, on the anniversary of my dad's death, which would make this 2 years old. This is Winter Rose Manor. I hit a standstill on this because I don't like the color of the house. I bought a new color for the house. Now I don't like that color for the house. So I'm still working that out in my head. I have nothing done on this. Well, not nothing, but a ridiculously small amount. The house should not be slowing me down. This is Fiber on a Whim oatmeal. Feels very green. Very little done on that. Like it's a travesty how little was done on that. Oh well. I stitch for the pleasure of stitching, not necessarily for finished projects. So this is a beautiful stitch that I recharted the verse for, because the verse that's on here is super religious. If I do not have it, I have on my Instagram, Eclectic Possessions. I'll put it here for you if you're new. Go to my Instagram, go to my profile, click on my link tree. There's lots of stuff there. There is a section of conversions that I have done. And it might be where I have listed out the colors that I have changed something to, or where I have recharted a verse on something that had a very religious verse, like this. This one is Needlework Press's Jane Tyndall 1864. I am in love with the cows and the chicken and the duck and the big pasture. And it's gorgeous. Do I have what I charted it to in here? Ah, yes I do. It is a quote by Thoreau, and it says, "Live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign yourself to the influence of the earth." It's beautiful. In my opinion, so much better than the light of the Sabbath and all of that stuff. Sacred day of prayer, blah, blah, blah. So I am doing this on, what am I doing this on? You don't know. A mystery fabric. This looks like Pictures Plus. I'm willing to bet this is This Plus Legacy. I have completed the border on this all the way around. This is a piece of 36 count. This gives you an idea of the size of this piece. I need to do more. I need to do more. Going over there. I want to touch this. What else we got? Oh, so my friend stitched this, and I already liked it, but after she stitched it, I was just completely in love with it. Completely in love with it. Go look up Wide-Eyed Stitching Child. That's Megan's channel. She's also her Instagram. Yes, this is also Legacy. I put these key tags. They're by the company Avery on all of my pieces. So if you hear that jingle while I'm going through things, this is my way of knowing what these 100+ projects are without unzipping the bag. A little cheap. And they're super cheap. Mind Independent and Free by Carriage House Samplings. It's so skinny. It says, "No glory I covet, no riches I want, ambition and beauty are nothing to me. The one thing I beg of good heaven to grant is a mind independent and free." wee bit religious, but I mean, damn. This lady was a feminist before being a feminist was a thing, and I've got mad respect for that. This was 1824. I should definitely be stitching on a feminist piece this year. My little narrow piece. I had bought, actually I think Diana bought for me a big piece of Legacy at a sale once, like a whole yard of it. And I was like, yes, get that for me. And I have just been able to cut it up into all of these different projects that it fits perfectly on. Yeah. This is also going over here. I should be working on a feminist piece. You should be working on a feminist piece. We should all be working on a feminist piece. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can't work on everything I want to work on. It's impossible, but I'm damn well gonna try. I started this on my birthday of my 40th year because I loved it so much. It has not been getting attention, not because I don't love it, but because it falls into the vein of stitching of a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger. It's by the same designer, and I've been giving my love to that project in hopes that I will eventually finish it, and then I will still have something that feels like a peacock, unicorn, and a badger that I can give all my love to. This is in my Angry Vagina bag that my sister wife Olivia made for me. If you're not familiar with Olivia, she is Olivia B on Instagram and YouTube. She also has a shop called Hillside Rookery. Check that out. Angry Vaginas. This is a chart by the Scarlet Letter. Their newer charts are amazing. I'll give you a little sneak peek if you don't know what they look like, just so you can see how great they are. Yeah, even though this is like full coverage stitching, because it's a full color chart, so easy. And these like 17th century-esque designs they're not confetti, they're kind of like color blocking and color gradients. Like you can see a close-up of that deer there, so you can see what I'm talking about. And it's just like coloring. It's like coloring with thread, and it's soothing and relaxing and fun. This one, I mean the border on it. You can see they've got the border here, some of it here at the bottom. Like I said, I very little started on this. I am doing this on a piece of Picture This Plus Bramble, which is kind of a grayish neutral. It's beautiful. Grayish. Did I even say the name of that? Man, Dogs, and Deer. Some of their charts are available with other sellers, but the Scarlet Letter has their own website, and you can order directly from them and get a much wider, like their entire catalog, obviously, that other sellers don't carry. They just carry the really popular ones. What are you? I started this my 40th birthday year, and I started this and worked on it while we were on vacation and didn't get a ton done. I did this in dark October of my 40th year. This is Stacy Nash Primitives Moon Moth. I believe, yeah, this is on a remnant of some fabric that I had dyed myself. for a huge piece that I did. I did Halloween at Hollyberry Farm on this, and it's completed and framed and hanging in my bedroom. Oh, that's nice. And anybody that knows doing white and light colored stitching, sometimes you just really got to take your time with it for it to look nice and neat. So there's that. Yet again, not for Dark October, but for September, we're going to be out of town on the 13th. Maybe I should take this with me. It's not a sampler, but it's dark. It's definitely dark 13 stitching. We're going to keep on going for a few more minutes, and then I'll show you guys more the next time. This is an older bag that I got from So Much to Love, SEW. They're one of the OG bag makers on Etsy. This is Sarah Stewart Hardman. Doing it in the called for threads on a limited edition piece of coloring cotton. You can see I've got the entire border. Some over one stitches inside that wreath. Yeah. Too many things to work on to give this time. This is Halloween Eve. This is a bag I made myself back when I used to make bags. I completely burned myself out on that, even though friends warned me of that in advance. My bad. So, my sewing machines, I have more than one, are in that closet and have not been out in a very long time. This is more Picture This Plus Bramble that I'm doing this on. This is a Blackbird Designs piece. Very lovely. I'm using the called for threads. Man, it's really pretty. Sometimes you pull these out and you're just like, wow, I forgot how lovely this is. Those colors. And it also makes me remember why I put so many things on Bramble, because it's not plain. It has modeling to it, but it is plain enough where colors just pop. It just pops. What are you? People ask about this one in my last WIP parade. One person was like, please tell me that you did not like put that one to the side to not work on. No, I didn't. This is another bag that I made myself. This is a chart that I downloaded, so it's on regular paper and it's looking kind of sad. This is Cloud's Factory Haunted House, and I am doing it in funky colors that I chose myself. Like, this is charted for DMC. I just went through my stash and pulled equivalent colors of variegated cottons, and I'm just having fun with it. And I'm also like uncutesing it. Like, because you can see, like, there's like the typical Clouds Factory, like cute little witches and stuff. They're not all going on there. I don't remember what fabric this is. I'm sorry. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere. Yeah. It is so good. So good. Put in a lot of stitching on this one. It's so nice. And funky. It is nice and funky. I'm trying to remember what fabric this is. I won't guess. If you really want to know, comment and I'll look it up. Because I have it on a spreadsheet. It's good stuff. My dear sister wife, Ellen. Maximum cross stitch power hour. Finished this, of course, because she is a powerhouse of a stitcher. She did this for her birthday. I started it with her. This is GGR's Mary Griffiths 1873. My hair is falling. I had my hair cut like 7 months ago, and that piece that's falling, the girl had cut like up to here. Which, in her defense, I told her to cut short layers. I don't know what I was thinking, but I need that not to touch my face. Mary Griffiths. It's Welsh. This is, a Welsh sampler. The verse is in Welsh. I'm here for it. Yeah, you know, this really weird chick. Look at her face. I love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. Don't know what fabric I'm using. It's fine. I have a lot done on this. For me, this is a lot. And yes, remember the verse is in Welsh, so you can't read it for a reason, unless you speak Welsh. I am so excited to get more done on this. I want that goofy smiley face girl on my wall. And if you watch Ellen's channel or know her in person, like, not only does she have a huge love for reproduction samplers and just stitching in general, but the idea of a sampler where the girl is just like with like a goofy smiley face rather than trying to put real detail in, that a young stitcher did that, she's all over it. This one over here, I can't stitch all that. I should have finished this like 5 years ago. This is a bag I made myself. I think I made an identical bag to this for Jessie does stuff, because it's her colors, these oranges and maroons. If you know, you know. I mean, there's some purple in there, but we're not going to throw purple out of bed. This is, what are you? What is that? That's weird. We're not going to question it. This is the Red Deer Sampler by GGR. I, back when it was more accessible, got a piece of Lakeside Linens cedar plank in 36 count. And I'm working the Red Deer Sampler on cedar plank. The border is completely done and it is gorgeous. It's all in Gentle Art sampler threads. All these bright, beautiful colors. Notice I finally said, screw it, I'm starting the deer, because the deer I was like kind of saving till last. So I'm starting some of the deer, and then I'll probably come down and do some more flower work. I can't tell you how long it's been since I worked on some of these. Water break. I put that over there. What are you? This is a vintage Owl Lady bag. This is Jane Baxter. Jane Baxter is a beautiful reproduction chart from Victorian Rose Needle Arts. This is a terrible photo. This is an absolutely terrible photo. Jane Baxter has been converted to overdyed cottons by Spring Green Country Sampler. I have said conversion and am stitching this on a piece of Lakeside Linen. Yeah, it's the purpley colored one, something maple sugar, something like that, because this sampler has a lot of purple in it. I mean, it's a purple bird. It's a purple bird. I've shown this piece for forever, and this has been the progress on it. Like, no, I just, whatever, Emily. I mean, I'm putting it over there. Like, at this point, that means nothing because I can't stitch on all that. We have, you should see how atrocious this room is. I'm embarrassed to show it. But we have a lady coming in, while we're out of town in September. She's actually coming this Sunday to meet the cats, because she's going to cat sit while we're out of town, because they have such needs now. I usually would just have a friend pop in and, you know, do what needs to be done. But Buster needs 2 shots a day, plus a pill every other day. Dharma needs medication every day. We're feeding them wet food at night. And so she's a pet sitter by trade now and worked in a vet clinic for 10 years. So I trust this lady with my animals, and we have mutual friends, and she came highly recommended. So there's that. This is Emily's house. I mean, this is Emily's house, but this is Emily's house. Me, Emily. Lindy Stitches designed this years ago with me. And she surprised me with the design. I picked the colors, and it's superb. It says, "Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute." And it has Buster and Dharma. has Buster and Dharma on the roof. Sorry about that. Brief interruption. So Emily's House by Lindy Stitches. I switched up the fabric because I wanted something, I think I picked the fabric, and then like seeing it on it, I was like, needs to be something just a little wee bit darker to pop that moon and Buster off of it. So I darkened it up to Ale by Picture This Plus. And I have this ridiculously tiny amount done. But it's pretty. It's beautiful. I should be ashamed. Okay, I am going to show you just a couple more. So I know my battery is dying and we don't want that. So yeah, I'll show you this one and then we'll be done. And I'll show you just like a couple of plants and the kitties, and you'll have a nice long video to enjoy. This is a vintage owl lady bag. Speaking of kitties, this one is covered in cat hair. This is a download, so it's on paper like this. Hands Across the Sea Samplers, Jane Hopkins, 1875. My fan is blowing it. It's such a light piece of paper. Okay. What fabric did I put this on? Do you know? Oh yeah, this bag was gifted to me by Susan at Vintage Owl Lady. She is such a sweetheart. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Up in the Attic, 36 count by Fox and Rabbit. This feels like a lighter piece of Up in the Attic than the other ones that I've had, but whatevs, it's beautiful. So beautiful. This is just one of those pieces where it's very apparent that DMC is beautiful. DMC is beautiful. Like, the colors are so rich. And look at the colors in those leaves. So there's that. DMC is beautiful. Let's get this back in the bag. And yeah. Keep me and the kitties in your thoughts. They're doing well. You know, they're taking a lot of meds. It's fine. But then all at the same time, it's not fine. It makes me sad. And it definitely adds a level to our lives of like responsibility. And you know, like there were times where we could just set up an automatic feeder and it would take care of the cats. And that's not the life we live anymore. Like they need much more attention than that, which is hard. But you know, we love them, so we're gonna take care of them the best we can and make their lives as wonderful as we can for as long as we can. I will see you in the next one. We'll go through more stuff then. There'll be some really old WIPs, because that's what's over there, is stuff that I definitely haven't touched in a while. Yeah. Let's go find kitties and look at a few plants. This is my Dharma bunny. Dharma, say hello. She's like, no, I was taking a nap. You can see where we got shaved for our heart ultrasound. Yeah, it's growing back ever so slowly. She says, put me down, Mama, I was taking a nap. All right, tell everybody bye. Oh, sweet girl. You hear her breathing? Yeah, it's also one of the issues. Yeah. And came and found Buster. He's out here on the sun porch. What are you doing, buddy? Did I wake you up? Oh, we will take the pets, though. Yes, we will. Yeah, he claims this sun porch is his. Oh, now we're mad. We're leaving. Mom woke us up. Where are you going, buddy? Probably awake. I'm going to go find a snack or something to drink. Anyone need a snack? Yeah. Wow. Wow. You're the bestest boy. Do you see yourself in the camera? Yeah. Wow, you're shedding. You're shedding so much. You need to be brushed. That's the other thing. We do not groom ourselves as well as we used to. This is just a towel that I keep on top of the actual seat cushion in this chair because I've just accepted that this is Buster's chair. This is Buster's world. We just live in it. So he can pick this up and I can throw it in the washing machine and wash it and freshen it much easier than I can the entire settee cushion. Right, buddy? Yeah. But yeah, we don't groom ourselves as well as we used to. So Mom has to brush us. Mom brushes us. Oh, yeah, you like that. Mom brushes us. Mom sometimes gives us the evil bath. We don't like that at all. Sometimes we don't clean certain areas well and Mom has to wipe it for us. But we're 16. That happens. That happens when you're 16. Oh, goodness. I hope you guys can hear these purrs. Oh, goodness. It's getting close for purrs. Yeah. Oh, you're the best boy. Okay. I'll quit making you guys look at plants or cats. But while we're here, let's look at some plants. Ugh. I have a Hoya Chelsea hanging behind me back here. And then a big giant burgundy rubber tree in that corner. This is one of my pride and joys here. This is my Hoya Crimson Princess, which is currently blooming. Okay, that's backwards. Yeah, if you have a Hoya, it smells like Tootsie Rolls. This particular Hoya, a lot of them smell different. The Carnosa varieties often smell like Tootsie Rolls. Yeah, I have a problem. Let's look at all of the plants that are out here, right here. This is a Hoya Bretonnier. I think it has bloomed for me once, but it's beautiful, blooming or not. Another shelf over here in the sunroom. I did not like this plant when I got it and I liked it, and then it went through a phase where I didn't like it, and now I love it again. If you look, see how it like rick-racks almost? It's like a devil's backbone, I believe is what it's called. It's so pretty. This is my Hoya pubicalyx. I love Hoya. This is my Hoya Crinkle 8. Let's see. It's just a really sad lemon lime philodendron that I almost killed, and now I'm apparently almost killing again. I just don't do the regular philodendron that well. I don't know what I do wrong. This is the Hoya australis. It goes all the way up to the ceiling, and it is constantly, these runners are trying to like grow into things like the ceiling and my window here. And then this is a new plant. It's temporarily hanging here. This is a beautiful lemon lime maranta or prayer plant. Don't pay attention to the litter boxes over there. That's ugly. Let's look at this. This is, I can't remember if this is a glorious or a gloriosum. The size of this leaf. Over here, living its best life. It was in my cabinet, and it was too big for the cabinet. So you can see right here where it was hitting the light, and it burned it. That's my fault. Ooh, this is a good one. This is my cactus area. Yeah. That is a euphorbia, that big tall one. Let's, hold on. This is awkward. Look how big that is. I can't even get it all in there. Yeah. Yeah. I have one more plant I want to show you, and then we'll be done. Back in the actual house where it's darker. I just bought this maybe a couple weeks ago. This is one that I've been on the lookout for. It was considered a rare plant, and now you can find them at big box stores. This is, let's bring it over here so you can see it, a philodendron ring of fire. Okay, well, this is awkward. Don't tell Jim I just sat down on his records. You can see like the leaves are this beautiful variegated with like these sawtooth edges. So pretty. This leaf just came out, but it's kind of small. But it's kind of small because I repotted it because it really needed to be out of that Costa Farms yucky mix that was probably going to give it root rot. And I think it kind of stunted this new leaf because it wasn't out yet. But yeah, I mean, how beautiful is this plant? Anyway, that's it, guys. I've kept you for way over an hour. So I will get all of this edited together, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.